Is my 1991 Nissan 300ZX, and the alternator went bad on it. So we are gonna go ahead and show you guys how to fix this. We're gonna tell you guys how you can figure out that it's your alternator versus your battery or some other problem with the charging system, and what you need to do to fix it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get this done as quickly as possible because it shouldn't take that long. My car isn't too difficult to do an alternator on. It's only 2 bolts. And yeah, think about a few reasons why this could go bad. It could be age, it could be corrosion, it could be some issue with your alternator that came as a manufacturer warranty. Go get a warranty. Normally, if your battery is going to have any issues, you'll see bulging or a dead cell and it won't charge. So the best thing to do is, yeah, if you don't have a tester, go to like AutoZone, O'Reilly's or wherever, and they'll test your battery for free and tell you whether or not it can hold the charge. So I was on the way home the other day and my car started dying and I saw the battery light come on and I was like, oh God. Well, this is a good way to start my day. My alternator died, so I'm currently running off of my my jump pack. This is a 1994 motor in my car. This car itself is a 91, so 91 harness, 94 motor. On my new motor, I took the alternator off and put my old alternator on because the harnesses were different. I hopefully bought the right one, so we're gonna go ahead and uninstall the old alternator, replace it with this one. First and foremost, let's get the car up on jack stands. Oh my God, I'm leaking so much oil. On jack stands, the alternator is at the bottom left or bottom passenger side of the motor. So on there, it's got one harness clip underneath the power steering pump, and that is the reason why my alternator failed. I was told this a long time ago. I just ignored it because I didn't care. But my power steering pump has been leaking onto my alternator, in which case it's lasted me about 6 years so far. So that's why it's never been a problem for me. I would just top off on power steering fluid and call it a day for every drift event. But I think now's a great time to go and take care of this. We're gonna do the alternator first just to get the car running. I'll probably run it with no power steering for a long time until I get that pump fixed. Just held on by these hopes and dreams here. Less for the quick release bumper. So we're gonna have to move some things around here so we can get access to the alternator. If you look inside that little crevice, that's where our alternator is sitting. We have the radiator or coolant hose here. We have our sway bar, and then we have our high pressure power steering pump line. This is already loose. There's going to be a bolt here most likely for you if your car is not broken like mine, but this is already loose, so I can just push this and get that out of the way. Sway bar has a 14mm bolt holding it on, and then I can just kind of push it back. I don't have to fully disconnect this to get it out of the way. Switching to my phone here, the sway bar is now out and pushed out of the way. Radiator hose is pushed over, and now we have access to the alternator, and my God, you can see how much power steering fluid caked to this thing. But we have the adjuster, so we got to get the belt off, and one bolt up here to actually hold the alternator on, the other bolt for the adjuster. Alternator comes right out, and we'll be able to disconnect. Tensioner right here, and a nut on the back of that, which is all 12s, 17 up top. Loosen the tensioner, loosen the top mounting bolt, which lets you free up the belt, so you can take that off. And there it is. Be wearing gloves and has yet to wear gloves every time he works on his vehicle. Get the ground in the back. I gotta find the connector, which is all right. Okay. When I first did this, oh my God. Old alternator, and you can see completely destroyed by power steering fluid. Look how much inside it's gotten messed up. We got a brand new alternator right here, and once again, I don't feel like I will ever have clean hands. This is my 8th time, like, cleaning my hands, and they'll probably be clean in like 4 days. But we got the old alternator out, and looky here, they are the same in terms of the plug. Assuming the ground portion of this is in a different spot than it was on my other one. So we're going to see how this goes. If I remember correctly, I need to leave this little rubber plastic piece here and have the ground wire only contact this little stud. And then, because I've made this mistake before, where I blew a main fuse because as soon as I touched the battery, it's like, whoop! So, and it was a problem with my alternator because I kept putting it on wrong. So, ground cable, this, and just inverse what you just did to get this done, and we should be pretty quick. Tighten the top bolt there. I'm working on Getting the belt tensioned. All right, guys, so alternator's in, battery is back in the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this girl up and make sure we have no issues with the battery. And I'll let her run for a little bit. Okay, guys, I re-tightened that belt. Let's try this again, shall we? There we go. And looky here, no more battery light. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. If you didn't, well, sucks to suck because it's my car, not yours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs button, like, comment, share, let me know what you guys want to see next. I guess I'll be able to make it to the next drift event if my car doesn't stop misfire. Next video, I'll tell you guys how to diagnose a misfire. But yeah, we'll figure that out later. Deuces. Alright, one more bit. Before we go. Long as that don't